The pitch. And that's in for a strike. And we are underway in game one of the series. There's a swing and a drive. And that one hops the wall. Into second easily with a leadoff double.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Put a really beautiful swing on that pitch right there. Just didn't quite have the combination of launch angle and exit velocity to drive it over the wall. But when you can beat a center fielder like that, you know you hit it well.
Here's Elliot Ramos.
Here's a hitter who's been strong in the clutch lately, averaging more than 2 RBI per game in his last 10.
There's a strike.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
And there's a ball. Ramos working on a massive campaign right now, putting up some big home run numbers. Up the middle. On the run, sends it over to first. And very nicely done for the out.
The third baseman.
All right, let's take a look at the lineup. One guy leading the way offensively for this club right now, Elliot Ramos.
And he's got a nice 14-game hit streak coming into the day. Man, that's more than 2 weeks of coming to work and getting it done in the batter's box. So I'm sure he's feeling really good about himself right now.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Here's Nolan Arenado.
You have to stay disciplined in these at-bats. Try not to chase. A strikeout here is the last thing you want.
This one in the air. Corrals it. 2 away down.
Well, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. And I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at-bat.
Here comes Eddie Rosario.
I'm liking the power he's shown recently. 3 home runs over the last 5 games.
Let's go, Sam.
And that's off the inside edge. Ball 1. And that's through there for a strike. No score yet, but a runner at third with 2 away. Way out front for strike 2.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
2 outs. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. One and 2 now. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. That's off the inside corner. It's 2 and 2. Swing and a ground ball up the middle, and it gets by him. Run scores easily, and it's 1-0.
Comes through with the RBI. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Runner at first with 2 away. Here's Christian Vasquez.
A lot of clutch hitting from him recently. More than an RBI per game over his last 10.
That one finds the zone. Strike 1. Rosario off of first with 2 away. Headed towards the corner. And a foul ball. And that's a strikeout looking. That was pretty nasty. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now a 1-0 ball game. Back here at Dyken Park. And starting this one, Seth Lugo. Singy, he's kind of a road warrior, yeah?
I definitely say so. You know, some guys shrink a little bit on the road. They're so used to just, you know, having the comforts of being at home and having the fans behind them. But this guy seems to thrive in adversity and being in some hostile environment. So when you have a player like this on your team that goes out there and competes, you definitely like your chances away from your home ballpark.
And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1. In the air, left side. Makes the catch for the out. And let's take a look at the lineup. Singing plenty of left-handed bats in this lineup against the righty on the hill.
Yeah, they're looking to ambush, and you wonder if it's going to lead to a big game for them or not. Certainly, it's a nice boost of confidence to think you can get to that pitcher on the mound with all those lefties in the lineup, and with that extra split second they have to react. We'll see how it shakes out here.
John Birdie, the next to hit, takes outside. This one in the air. Castro hauls it in, and there's 2 away.
Oh, that's a frustrating into the at-bat for the hitter right there. I mean, that pitch was right down the middle. I think he got a little too excited, came out of his mechanics, and instead of driving that ball somewhere, he popped it up. Unfortunate for him.
Number 25 stands in now, looks at that one inside. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Around first, heading for 2. He's there. It's a 2-out double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
And now the center fielder.
He's been doing a good job knocking in his teammates. Over the last 10 games, he's knocked in 10 runs.
And a strike in there.
Well, here's a chance right here for one of the better hitters on this roster to get him on the board in the first. Thanks to the 3-hole hitter extending the inning. Good at bat with 2 outs.
And that's in for a strike.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
On the ground. Sends it to first. And that is that. Top of the second, stepping in, MJ Melendez.
MJ
Aldegari in his rookie season, 23 years old, and he was born in Italy. Aldegari back to work.
Ball 1. 1 ball, no strike.
That one missing inside.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
And that one clips the corner. And a fastball misses outside for a ball. Now 3-1. Right side, and it stays fair. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he's there with a leadoff double. That extends his hitting streak to an even dozen, Singy. Do opposing pitchers start to take notice when a guy's on a roll like this?
Yeah, I think so, Boog. It's not like it changes the scouting report on a guy or anything like that too much, but you're aware of who's swinging the hottest bat, and that's definitely him right now.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Matthew Lugo digs in now. Check swing, but he went too far. That's strike one. Right through there for a strike. Kenny Jansen doing home plate duties in this one.
Not a huge strike zone from Jansen, so he can't really be called a pitcher's umpire, but he does like the bottom part of the strike zone. We may see some pitchers steal a few strikes down there, especially the ones right below the knees. That's if their catcher can present it properly.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. Chris, do players ever change their approach in meaningful ways based on who's umpiring, or is it good to just be aware of tendencies so you're not that surprised?
I'd say the latter, because the pitcher's got to pitch to his strengths regardless. The hitter's got to hit to his strengths. So you're aware of it, but you have to just hunt for what you can handle.
33, Emmanuel Rivera.
And here's the first baseman, Emmanuel Rivera. Chris, it's been a good year for him, having already set a new career high for RBIs in a season. That's in there. That's strike one.
Plus, Boog, he's been doing a great job of getting hits. Just look at his batting average over the last week plus, and you'll see those numbers really back it up.
And there's the strike.
Well, he had a pretty good look at that pitch, and not sure exactly what tied him up there. Couldn't pull the trigger, and perhaps the best pitch he'll see in this at-bat to hit.
Swing and a ball popped in the air, and that'll fall for a base hit. Now a long throw home. It's offline. The run comes in, and they lead by 2.
Well done. Drives in the run. He got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count.
This is Willie Castro. Ball one there. Rivera stands at first with one out. Out to short, and he can't come up with it. And no shot to get him at first. There's 2 aboard.
The batter, the second baseman, Brian Torres.
Back to the top of the lineup, Brian Torres now at the plate. Doubled leading off the ball game. Then came around to score the first run of the game. Just missed.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2. Get out of this.
Traffic on the bases with 1 already in here at the top of the second. Line drive. That's a fair ball, and it's getting into the corner. 1 run across. Not in time. He's safe. And it's 4-0.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Just a really nice job of turning on that pitch and smoking it down the line. And there's no one playing there, so once it drops in fair, you're on your way to extra bases.
So up next, Elliot Ramos. He's 0 for 1. First pitch misses.
1-0.
Man at second. Swing and a high fly ball hit in the air left center field. This one's got a chance. That one is gone. And they tack on to their lead. It's 6-0. So the streak stays alive. His fourth straight game with a home run.
Boog, that's like a cycle of home runs, and I know how much you love the cycle. He's absolutely punishing mistakes right now he can't miss. With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Samuel Aldegari won't go any further, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this.
Now pitching.
A new pitcher in the game, Alec Jacob.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Base is empty, one away. Nato comes in to take his cuts. Check swing, and he went. Strike one.
No ball.
Nolan
One
Arenado
strike.
at the plate. Arenado, guy who delivers big-time power at the dish and will probably go down as one of the greatest defensive third basemen of all time. And a pitch. That one fouled off. And that skips in the dirt. And speaking of that defense, it's hard to imagine that in high school, Arenado shared the left side of the infield with another elite defender, Matt Chapman at El Toro High School in California. Comebacker to the mound. On to first, and they get Arenado for the out.
Good fade and sinking action of that changeup got that hitter to roll over.
Rosario.
Here's Eddie Rosario. Singled and drove in a run his first time through. That one a little bit high, and that is ball one. Swings through that one, out in front that time.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Offense exploding for 5 so far in the inning here in game 1 of this 3-game set. That's off the mark. Outside. 2-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. Inning over. Although plenty of damage done. But they blow this one open with a big 5-run inning. Now to the bottom of the second. Puerto Rico have the lead. 6-0. Back here in Houston, bottom of the inning. And now it's going to be Vinny Pasquantino.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
And first offering is fouled off. And he grounds one to the right side. Whip. Over to first. Out. Leadoff man retired here in the second.
The left fielder, Dominic Canzone.
Dominic Canzone getting ready to hit.
Seems like he's making contact with everything lately. Currently owns a 7-game hitting streak.
And that's in the dirt.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters even if you give up a solo shot.
And now it's even up.
1-1.
And misses inside. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
That one ripped. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Round second, digging for third. And he's got himself a triple.
Gotta love the resiliency he showed in that at bat, battling with 2 strikes. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
So a man aboard, digging in, Jack Caglione. He was hitless in 4 at-bats on Sunday. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
0-1.
Foul ball. 1 away with a runner at third. Bottom half of inning number 2. And they'll do it again. And that one almost got him. Battling here as he fouls it away. Good eye in that spot.
What's a good pitch there.
2 balls.
Really had
2
some
strikes.
run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
And ball
That's a
4,
ball.
2
Take your
aboard.
base.
Very close off the outside corner. Could have easily been
Batting
called a
eighth,
strike
the
in that
right fielder,
location.
Miles
So they're at the corners now.
Mastroboni.
Now it's the right fielder, Miles Mastroboni. Just
Inside.
off the inside edge. Two on, 1 out. There's a strike at the knees, and it's 1-1. And that's outside.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Ground ball left side, could be 2. Feed to second, that's 1. Double play. And that'll do it for the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. We head on now to the top of the 3rd. The Punks out front, 6-0. Back here at the ballpark, coming off a series where they were red hot at the plate, and a look at the numbers. He swings and fouls one off.
You know, this group of hitters doing a good job at the plate with runners on base, and that can be a key difference maker in the game. They put a bunch of runs on the board, thanks in large part to 4 hits with runners in scoring position.
Lifted in the air down the left side. In position. Puts it away for the out. And there's 1 down.
The batter, number 1, designated hitter, MJ Melendez.
So now here's the DH, MJ Melendez. Doubled in his first AB.
On top of that, they haven't left many runners on base, so they've been efficient getting runners on and finding ways to bring them home.
And that is out of play. Foul ball, still 0-2. And a swing and a miss. 2 gone now.
Well, clearly just anxious right there, and understandably so. In an 0-2 count, you feel like you've got a lot of plate to cover, and you don't want to strike out, and you end up striking out. That's just one of those pitches where it's not over the plate, but because you committed to it as it was leaving his hand, by the time you realized it wasn't going to be in the zone, it's too late to hold up your swing.
Lugo stands in now and watches strike 1. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Two down, nobody on. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. That's down and in. That one missed.
2-2.
And there's a ball.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
To the right side, DeZenzo. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. And we're back. And here is Kyle Teal. This is a guy who's in the lineup first and foremost because of what he contributes defensively, Chris. And when you talk about preventing runs from being scored, this guy is a big contributor. That's in there. Strike 1.
I was always told it's hard to take you off the field when you play really good defense, especially at a premier position. And that's what he does.
Swing and a high fly ball out towards right center field. And there's one away.
Now batting, second baseman.
So digging in, Zach DeZenzo. On the ground, out to short. Slings to first in time.
Good arm side run and sink on that pitch right there. Got inside on him and got him to bounce into that out.
John Birdie at the plate. Late on that fastball.
No
2
ball.
out, space is empty. Next offering is in for a strike.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
In the air, left field. Ramos makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. John Shambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the fourth, Emmanuel Rivera. And the first offering, a fastball for a strike. To third, and that's a foul ball. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Next offering is downstairs. Out to short. Tosses across the first. One up, one down.
Now batting, shortstop, Willie Castro.
Now it's the shortstop, Willie Castro. Reached on an infield single his first time. That one finds the zone. 0-1. One out, base is empty. On the ground to third. Birdie fires over to first. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 4th. So the lineup flips over. Now it's the second baseman, Brian Torres. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand, looks so good. And then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
And a ground ball to first. Pasquantino takes it to the bag, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Back here in Houston, leading off, number 25.
Number 25.
Right through there for a strike.
This is one of those times when you want to be aggressive. Go ahead and pitch to contact. Let the defense work behind you. You've got a nice, comfortable lead. Don't try to be too fine.
Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Foul ball, it stays 0-2. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Oh, really expanded the zone right there with that fastball off the outside corner of the plate. Got him to chase it. That's a tough one to lay off of because it starts close to you and just continues to run away from you in that batter's box. So it's a really nice pitch with 2 strikes.
Number 11 in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. That one drifts inside. Next pitch misses. Ball 3.
Z-Ride.
Fastball right back to the mound. Handles, throws to first. Already 2 gone here in the home 4th.
The first baseman, Vinny Pasquantino.
Vinny Pasquantino will hit next. 0 for 1 so far. And that misses. Ball 1.
1 ball, no strikes.
Now this is in the air down the line. Ramos sizes this one up and puts the squeeze on that one. And that's the third out.
Now pitching.
Here's a new pitcher from the pen, number 57.
And he's been racking up strikeouts at a high rate this year, typically at least one an inning, so he'll be tough to get to.
Now the number 2 hitter, Elliot Ramos. He's already homered here in this one. Ramos, an all-star a season ago, 25 years old, and he's been on a fantastic run at the plate, hitting over 450 in his last 10 games. And another ball. The bit behind with that swing. It's strike one.
Well, he came right at him right there, challenged him with the 2-0 fastball. Not sure exactly what he was looking for, but got to imagine that's a confidence booster on the mound. You're in that hitter's head a little bit.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Well, that's a really good take right there, and that's just mentally prepared, knowing that if it's not on a tee, you're going to take that pitch because you still have one more strike to work with. Not easy to lay off, but he did an excellent job in that plate appearance.
And first offering is fouled off. And a curve is down and in. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Joe LaSorsa looks to be getting ready for manager Dave Roberts. Marinaccio also getting ready. Runner at first with no outs here.
Two, one.
Cut on and lifted in the air. Canzone hauls it in, and there's one away.
The right fielder, number 32, Eddie Rosario.
Eddie Rosario digs in now. Swinging a foul straight back.
Ball.
Squirts away a little bit.
One ball, two strikes.
Put him away right here.
That one almost got him. Up the middle, and it finds its way through for a hit. And they have their first hit since the second inning.
Another multi-hit game for him. He's been really hot lately. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Christian Vasquez, the hitter, 0 for 2 in this one. This one popped up, foul ground first base side. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And there's 2 down.
The batter, number 1, designated hitter, MJ.
So now the DH spot, MJ Melendez, 1 for 2. And a foul ball. Yeah, the pitch is in for a strike, and it's 0-2.
Man, I'm pretty impressed out there on the mound right now. I mean, these are tough spots where pitchers really got to bear down. Those last 2 pitches were well executed.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Went back to the changeup, and it was successful. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far.
Kenzo.
Lugo back to work. Fastball for a strike.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Comes up empty. That's strike two.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Just missed. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And now one away.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher on the same page right now.
Now batting,
Jack
the designated
Caglione
hitter.
now at the plate. He reached out a walk his first time. That misses the zone, and it's 1-0. Base is empty, one away. Last half of inning number 5. Swing and a ground ball, and it stays fair. Around first, digging for 2. Throws to second, and he'll reach second with one away.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
Man at second with one away. Miles Mastrobuoni, the next to hit. He hit into a double play his first time up. Swing and a ball popped up. Castro settles under it and makes the catch. And there's
Now
2
batting,
away.
catcher Kyle Teal.
Here's the catcher, Kyle Teal. Flied to right his first time. Swing and a foul straight back. And that's pushed foul off to the left and out of play. Caglione at second with 2 down.
Hey, your pitch now.
Swing and a ball popped up. Arenado. He's got it. And that is that. Back here in Houston. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6 at the plate. Matthew Lugo. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Matt Festa preparing to come on if needed. Next offering upstairs. And another ball. That one
That's
misses.
down, ball 4.
So a leadoff walk.
He did not take the bat off his shoulder the
first
entire
baseman,
at bat.
number 33.
Man at first, and now the first baseman,
Rivera.
Emmanuel Rivera. This is again 5 in a row. Splits the plate and a count 1-1. Here's a swing and a line drive and a base hit into right field. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Now batting, the shortstop, Willie.
And
Castro.
here is Willie Castro. Swing and a foul back. That's out of play. First and second here, no outs. Fought off foul. Good eye right there.
Excellent
1-2.
arm action on that 2-strike changeup. Just missed. Man, he wanted that call.
That's down and in.
Well, he might have to look for a different put-away pitch right here, too. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at-bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
Got him swinging. 1 out. So the batting order
Now
turns
back,
over.
the second
Here's the second
baseman,
baseman, Brian
Torres.
Torres.
We just might be talking about this at bat in our post-game wrap. He's proven he can drive in runs in these spots.
Ball
Inside. And that's ball 1.
1 ball, no strikes.
Foul ball there. 1 out. Runners at first and second. That to right. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 2 down.
Now batting, left fielder, Elliot Ramos.
Here's the left fielder, Elliot Ramos. He's already homered in this game. Singy, he's got a history of coming through into big spots. I know I like to talk about, I'm not sure whether clutch actually exists, but you look at the numbers, and this guy always seems to deliver in those spots.
Well, I think it's the ability to assess the situation, understanding what the pitcher has, what he's trying to get people out on, and then being able to use the entire field.
That one misses, and that's ball 1.
1 ball,
If you're a guy
1
that can
strike.
only hit to one field, then you're really not going to be able to come through in clutch situations because pitchers are going to adjust. But because
Ball.
he's able to use the entire field,
2
that's
balls,
why he's so
1 strike.
successful in these situations.
2 on, 2 outs. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field, and that's a foul ball. And it remains 2-2. When you played, did you play with guys that you thought were clutch, and sort of what were the attributes you said that's what he possesses that allows him to come through?
Well, we
Look
always
out.
used to joke, you know, guys want to eat steak, and there were some that just had a knack, could understand that, all right, this is a big, you know, payout if I can come through with a knock here. But I think when you really look at the numbers, you really audit everything, guys kind of are who they are.
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. One of the things that Jim Leland used to say when I was broadcasting with the Marlins, the longer a plate appearance, swing and a ball hit out towards left center field, it gets down, a base hit. 1 run is in. Coming home. The relay, he'll score. 2 runs are in, and it's an 8-run lead.
Well, he really had to battle for that one. Man, that was so fun to watch. Got a good pitch to drive, stayed short with his bat path to the ball, and caught it out front, and he stayed long in his follow-through. That's how you split the gap, and that's pretty much a double every time.
Here's Nolan Arenado. 0 for 3 in this one. And that one fouled off. Just missed.
1-1.
Outside. And it's 2-1. Runner at second, 2 down. And we're in the top half of the 6th. Fouls one off. 2-2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
The other way.
That's
and foul ball. Outside. Ramos at second with 2 down. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Shallow right field. Brings it in, and that is that. They put 2 on the board with a couple of hits, no errors, and 1 left. To the bottom of the 6th inning. Puerto Rico with the lead, 8-0. Back here in a blowout, which gives us a chance to talk about just about anything.
Bro, don't get me fired.
All right, Singy, we've been in all the press boxes. You got best press box food.
I'd say press box food because of the ice cream. We have to go to Philadelphia. Yeah.
Shout out to our guy Frank.
Yes. New York for me is pretty good. Yankees?
Yeah, solid.
Yeah.
And that misses. 1-1.
As far as ballpark food, one of my favorite places is San Francisco.
Garlic fries, yo.
Garlic fries, and you got the lobster roll out there in the outfield if you want to make the walk all the way out there.
It's great, though, broadcasting a game with that zoo breath where you could just, absolutely levitate some people with your breath.
Birdie.
Now it's going to be John Birdie.
But we got the crab fries in Philadelphia, is that right?
Yep, and then
it's been a long time for me.
Boog's Barbecue at Oriole Park.
I knew you'd go there.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyway, you can work in your name, huh?
That's right. Fastball in the inside corner for a strike. Fastball is outside. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. Chris, 3rd time through the order, and a couple of quick outs for the starter.
Yeah, he's been very frugal today, economical with the pitch count.
Just off the inside edge.
You know, this manager knows that his players are just trying to do too much. Everybody needs to just take a deep breath, relax, and let it naturally happen. Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
And it's fouled away. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. The shortstop takes the ball. Stays alive. Swings and misses. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1, 2, 3.
Now pitching.
New pitcher on here, Ron Marinaccio.
He's having a ton of success facing left-handed hitters this season, so this seems like a smart move to turn to him with a lefty at the plate.
So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Eddie Rosario.
The right fielder, Eddie Rosario.
And that's through there for a strike. And it's 0-1. Just misses with that one.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Swings and misses. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3. So here's Christian Vasquez.
Number 8, Christian Vasquez.
Swing and a fly ball, well struck left field. And there's 2 away.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
Melendez.
So up next, MJ Melendez. 1 for 3. There's a strike at the knees. 0-1.
No ball. 1 strike.
Yeah, that's fouled off. And that one is inside.
1 ball. 2 strikes.
Outside corner, got him looking. Back here at Dyken Park, here's the center fielder, number 11.
Number 11.
Just missed.
Well, these guys finding ways to get on base, but they still need help driving them home. They've had their chances with runners in scoring position, but nobody's been able to deliver a big hit in those situations.
And there's a foul ball.
And you got to give some credit to the other side as well. They've been able to get out of a few tough jams, but frustration is mounting for this offense, no doubt.
Check swing, and he went. Yeah, the count 1-2.
1-2.
Another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Well, he froze him with a great fastball right on the corner. It's kind of like bowling when you think the ball's going to get into the gutter, and somehow it just hangs onto that edge and knocks down a pin. Well, he got the outside corner of the plate and got that called 3rd strike.
Pasquantino, the next to hit, takes ball one. Base is empty, one away. Here, the bottom of the seventh. Just off the outside edge. Now 2-0. Swing and a pop-up. Foul at a play off to the right side. That'll find the stands.
A little early on that fastball. I'm sure the pitcher taking a note. Look for an off-speed pitch on this next one.
Make it 4 strikeouts in a row. Just cruising along.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole
Now
field.
batting,
He was out in
left
front
fielder,
there. Just needs to let
Dominic.
the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on
Tempo.
track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
And first offering is fouled off. In the air, left field, down the line. And that will drop foul. Here's the 0-2. That one just misses. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. And he strikes out the side for the second time today.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
New inning getting
Leading
started.
off for
And
the
now
Cubs,
here
the
is
center fielder,
Matthew Lugo.
Lugo.
Marinaccio back to work. Check swing, and he went 0-1. There's a strike, 95 of that one.
One, two.
Tried to check his swing there. Now an appeal to first. And that's a strikeout. Mike Fillmore says he went around.
Now batting. the first
Emmanuel
baseman,
Rivera
Emmanuel
will hit next.
Rivera.
Just off the outside edge. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. That one is upstairs. That one fouled off, 2-2. One down, base is empty. That missed by a lot. 3-2 now.
Rubén Vilchez, gracias por suscribirte.
On the ground, right side. DeZenzo throws to first in time. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, shortstop, Willie Castro.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Willie Castro. That clips the corner. On the ground right side. And it goes just foul.
Well, 2 outs and a chance to put up a 0 on the scoreboard here, and that's not something that's come easy for this staff in this one.
Cut on and miss. Struck him out. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Pitching change here, Raymond Burgos.
And he's done a great job keeping the ball in the park this year. The numbers stack up with some of the best in the game.
So now here's the DH, Jack Caglione.
Jack Caglione.
Burgos goes 6 feet 5 inches, 26 years old, and he was born in Puerto Rico. And that one in the air center field. 1 away.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
The right fielder, number 21.
And now the right fielder, Miles Mastrobuoni. And ball 1. Movement in the bullpen, Jorge Lopez getting ready to go. Number 49 also throwing. Lined, and that's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
The catcher, number
nice
35.
Line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Kyle Teal getting ready to hit. And that's off the inside edge. 1-0. Mastrobuoni over at first with 1 away. Swing, and it's a flare down the right field line. And foul ball. Fouls it off, still 1-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, it becomes pretty difficult as a teammate when a guy's struggling like this. You don't know if you want to go up and tell him to keep swinging it or if you want to give him his space, what exactly he needs. But right now, it's clearly a struggle for him, and you're just hoping that somehow, some way it'll click and he can get out of this as quickly as possible.
Ground ball left side. That's the 3rd out. And we're back. And now Brian Torres. That's a strike. It's 0-1. Action in the pen down there. Matt Festa looks to be getting ready for manager Dave Roberts. Center field drifts towards it. And there's one down.
Now batting, left fielder, Elliott.
So digging in, Elliott Ramos.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
That clips the corner.
No balls, 1 strike.
The next pitch misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Base is empty, 1 away here in the top of the 9th.
2.
And down on strikes. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Now batting.
So now it's Nolan Arenado.
Arenado.
First pitch doesn't find the zone.
1 ball, no strike.
Out towards left center. On the move to the gap. And that is that. Bottom of the 9th. And now, John
third
Birdie.
baseman, John Birdie.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. And a good start to the inning.
Now batting.
They
number
pretty much split the
25.
zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
And the batter will be the shortstop. That's through there for a strike. Foul ball.
A defensive swing right there. Some cheese on the inside part of the plate. Bet the hands are still stinging after that one.
Ground ball right side, and that squirts through. And out to a board.
Back-to-back singles. Just a simple
Now
ground
batting,
ball the other
number
way. They
11.
had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
And next will be the cleanup hitter. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout. That one finds the zone. Strike 1. First and second, no outs here in the last half of inning number 9. In the air, out towards left center. Drops into the glove, and there's one away.
The first baseman, number 9, Vinny Pasquantino.
Now here is Vinny Pasquantino. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. That one's upstairs, ball 1. Next pitch is outside. In the air, fairly deep to right field. Nabs it. Runner tags at second. And he's up to third safely with 2 gone.
Now batting, the left fielder, Dominic.
So it's their last
Panzone.
chance in this one. Now the left fielder, Dominic Panzone. Right through there for a strike. Runners on first and third, 2 away. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. That misses the zone, and now it's even 1-1. That's a little bit low.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. Just missed. Next offering is fouled back.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
1 strike away. Swinging a foul ball at the plate. They'll do it again. Runners on first and third, 2 away. And they're all loaded up.
Oh, looking for a swing and miss right there, or for the ump to help him out and make the call with that last pitch, but neither happened. Close pitch, but a good take to earn that walk.
2 outs, bases full. Caglione digs in now. Ground ball to short, and this ought to do it. And that is the ball game.
Well, another night, another win. This team is a must-watch right now. Even if it goes late, there's a rain delay, extra innings. People are going to stay up late to see this streak continue.
8-0 is how this one ends. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon. Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Punks taking on the Irish. Biggest story in this one is just how dominant his pitching has been, Singy. He's been in complete control in recent starts. First pitch coming your way next. Just about set. And on the hill today, Samuel Aldegari. And Chris, he's a guy that gets better when things get tough.
Yeah, his batting average against is actually better when he's in a jam. So we'll see if he continues to dance his way out of danger.
All right, ready to go here. Here's the second baseman, Brian Torres.
Brian Torres.
The pitch. And that's in for a strike. And we are underway in game 1 of the series. There's a swing and a drive. And that one hops the wall. Into second easily with a leadoff double.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Put a really beautiful swing on that pitch right there. Just didn't quite have the combination of launch angle and exit velocity to drive it over the wall. But when you can beat a center fielder like that, you know you hit it well.
Here's Elliot Ramos.
Here's a hitter who's been strong in the clutch lately, averaging more than 2 RBI per game in his last 10.
There's a strike.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
And there's a ball. Ramos working on a massive campaign right now, putting up some big home run numbers. Up the middle. On the run, sends it over to first. And very nicely done for the out.
The third baseman,
All right, let's take a look at the lineup. One guy leading the way offensively for this club right now, Elliot Ramos.
And he's got a nice 14-game hit streak coming into the day. Man, that's more than 2 weeks of coming to work and getting it done in the batter's box. So I'm sure he's feeling really good about himself right now.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Here's Nolan Arenado.
You have to stay disciplined in these at-bats. Try not to chase. A strikeout here is the last thing you want.
This one in the air. Corrals it. 2 away now.
No, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. And I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at-bat.
Here comes Eddie Rosario.
I'm liking the power he's shown recently. 3 home runs over the last 5 games.
Let's go, Sam.
And that's off the inside edge. Ball 1. And that's through there for a strike. No score yet, but a runner at third with 2 away. Way out front for strike 2.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
2 outs. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. One and 2 now. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. That's off the inside corner. It's 2 and 2. Swinging a ground ball up the middle, and it gets by him. Run scores easily, and it's 1-0.
Comes through with the RBI. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there was just no one there to knock it down.
Runner at first with 2 away. Here's Christian Vasquez.
A lot of clutch hitting from him recently. More than an RBI per game over his last 10.
That one finds the zone. Strike 1. Rosario off of first with 2 away. Headed towards the corner. And a foul ball.